Hello, dear viewer. Let me begin by wishing you the very merriest of Christmases. I hope that you have tummies full of mince pies and hot coffees and all your favourite treats. I hope your toes are toasty and warm by the fire and your tree is lit by the twinkliest of lights. But most of all, I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing today, you're able to spend time with loved ones. And if your Christmas looks a little bit different this year, if there's someone missing or things are a bit hard right now, just know that you have so many happy memories ahead of you. Now, it seems only fitting to begin by decking the halls. Before I decorate each year, I like to sit down and put together a mood board to help me to visualize the feeling I want to capture. Each year I'm leaning more and more into a traditional Christmas, a colour palette of really rich reds, greens and golds, lots of velvet and brass, homemade decorations of Christmas greenery, orange slices and cinnamon. The next thing I like to do is write down a bucket list of all the things I'd like to do over the festive season, big and small, to really make the most of this time of year. I draw it out onto a grid and hang it on the wall so I can see it every day, and once I've completed something, I colour it in. This way I can really easily see which ones I've done, and I'm left with a pretty board at the end. If you're anything like me, you leave your autumn decor out all the way till December, so the first thing to do is pack all that away. I started a new tradition this year, which was getting the tree out on the last day of November and putting all the lights on it. To me, this is the only part of decorating for Christmas that can kind of feel like a chore. So I get that part done on December Eve, then have a sleepover under the tree. That way, the first thing I see when I open my eyes on December 1st are the twinkling lights, and I've got a whole day ahead of me to do the fun decorations. Good morning. So I am starting a new tradition this year of Christmas boxes. I don't know what we're calling these. It's the equivalent of how in October you can do boo baskets. I know some people do these on Christmas Eve, so they call them Christmas Eve boxes, but I fall into the thinking of I don't want to do it on Christmas Eve because then you only get to enjoy all the things inside it for one night. I'd rather do it on December 1st and then get to enjoy everything in here for the full month leading up to Christmas. But I don't know what to call it. I've heard some people calling these burr baskets, and I'm not sure if it's burr as in like December or burr as in burr, like B-R-R. As in cold. I've also heard them called like jingle baskets, jingle boxes. I don't like box. A jingle box to me sounds incredibly weird. So it's either going to be a burr basket or a jingle basket. I think maybe we'll go with burr basket. But either way, I have gifted one to myself this year, and that might sound a little bit weird, but right now me and Luke are living separately, and all being well, we will be in our house together by this time next year, and we'll be doing our first Christmas in our own house next year. But as of right now, we are living alone and we don't see each other all too often, and it makes me a little bit sad because there's so many Christmas traditions that we've talked about starting when we have our own house and things that I want to do. And it made me a little bit sad that this year we can't do all of that because we're not going to be together all of the time. And I just thought, to make it a little bit less sad, or instead of being sad about it, why don't I just do the things that I can do for myself? So I've gifted myself a little burr basket this year. So I will take you through everything that I've put in here. I'm not gonna lie, it does make me a bit sad to take it apart because it's so nicely put together in there, but I can't, like I have to, don't I? I have to take it all out. Anyway, so let's dive into it. So I've just popped this cute little teddy bear on top because he's just so Christmassy. He's got his little red bow on and I can just pop him somewhere. Couldn't say no. It's very cute. And I've also gifted myself some red candles. These are taper candles and they've got a really nice like twist, like the not just straight. I've got a really nice like twist design on them. These are the kind of things that normally I would buy and then not want to burn because they're so nice, but I'm trying not to do that anymore because if you don't use your special things, then what's the point in having them? You've bought them because they're special and you want to have something special and enjoy it, so just enjoy it. So I'm going to burn these and it will be a little bit sad, but also that's why I bought them and I can just buy some more, can't I? So some candles and to light my festive candles I have popped in some festive matches. These red ones, stunning. Who knew that you needed red matches in your life? So they're in this cute little glass jar and then it's got the striker on the bottom. And every year I treat myself to a new Christmas mug. So I popped this year's in my little burr basket. It's a little bit more classy than what I'd normally go for. I feel like my previous years have been very like cutesy or quite garish Christmas. This year the mood, as we've seen from the mood board, is a little bit more demure, a little bit more mindful. No, but I'm just really leaning into like classic Christmas vibes. I also put myself some little Christmas treats in here. So I went for fancy chocolates because you always have fancy chocolates at Christmas. So these ones are a praline collection and I'm a sucker for praline chocolates. So yeah, I will be digging into these very soon. And of course, I had to pop in a little festive Christmas book. So I went for The Christmas Tree Farm. This is not the kind of book that I would normally read because I'm not really like a rom-com reader. I do like romance in stories, but I don't like it to be like, I prefer it to be the subplot than like the whole thing. So I don't normally read like romance fictions, but I do at this time of year love to watch a Hallmark Christmas movie and just get all the like cheesy Christmas goodness vibes, and this I've heard described as a Hallmark Christmas movie in a book. And to stay nice and cozy, I just popped in a little throw. This one's just a gorgeous red colour, super soft, so I can just put that around my shoulders, either at my desk or when I'm snuggling up to read. You can never have too many blankets at Christmas, can you? I think this might be the thing that I'm the most excited about. I've treated myself to the Chelsea Piers Christmas pyjamas this year. They're a little bit more money than I would normally spend on pyjamas, but you can really feel the quality in these pyjamas. They are definitely worth the money and just really like fit the vibes that I want for Christmas. It's like really chunky red and white stripes with the most adorable Santas and Christmas trees all over them. I love them, and I'm not gonna lie, I did see on the website that you can get kids pyjamas, the exact same as these in kids pyjamas, and I am several years away from being ready to have kids, but I can't tell you how tempted I was to buy them in the kids size as well, but I have resisted because I thought that was a little bit over the top. But if they still sell these in a few years time, you best believe we will all be having matching pyjamas. And then of course the last thing that I put in my burr basket was an advent calendar. I went all out. I was like, we could just get a normal one, we could just get a little Cadbury's one, but why do that when you can get a Lindt advent calendar? So I've gone for it. It's a chunky old boy. You get like a proper Lindt chocolate in every day, and that's just, who doesn't want to wake up to a Lindt chocolate in the morning? And you get one of these big teddy bears. It's like this big on Christmas Eve. So extremely excited. I am so happy with all of this and cannot wait to enjoy it all this month. The only thing that I would say, if you're in England, I don't know if other countries do them, one thing that I wish I'd have thought to put in was mince pies, because it's just a staple, isn't it? At least in England, you have to have a mince pie at Christmas. They are amazing. Okay, so whilst I do like to treat myself to a couple of new bits every year, get a new mug, get some pyjamas, that kind of thing, I do think a big part of the magic of Christmas lies in using the same things again and again and again, because there's nothing quite like getting your boxes of decorations down from the roof or out from the garage, out of the basement, wherever you store them, opening up that box and seeing all the things that made Christmas special for all the years before, and you've not seen them for a full year, and you get to experience that, and all those memories that you've had with those decorations and those special things over the years all come back to you. And I think that is a big part of what makes Christmas feel magical, is having those sentimental ornaments that are passed down through the years, and you get to keep them, and it just yeah, it's one of the things that makes Christmas special, I think, is traditions and having those same things. So that being said, I thought I would show you some of my favourite things that I have had for years. Some of these come from my childhood that my parents used with us for Christmas, and yeah, it makes me so happy, especially the things that I've had since childhood, because they bring back all those childhood memories as well, and now getting to use them for decorations in my home is just like, that is the magic, isn't it? So let's dive into the boxes. I also like to just sort of pull everything out and just have it all out on the floor, and then figure out where I want to spread them around the house, because you best believe my entire house turns into a Christmas grotto. I mean, every room, every surface, everything will be Christmassy in some way. So let's dive in.
Oh, all my previous year's mugs. Oh my god, I've got a little snowman in here. So these are mugs that I've collected from previous years. This one says ho ho ho. This is one of my faves. Makes me laugh how I obviously didn't have anything to pack these out with to keep them safe, so I've just wrapped them in fake snow. Another mug. Oh my god, this might also be one of my, I'm going to say that about every mug. This might also be one of my favourites. This is a little stocking hanger. So you put it up on the mantle, hang your stocking on it, and isn't this not just gorgeous? I was obviously going through tinsel. I was obviously going through a gold theme. Lovely. There's so much tinsel in these boxes as well, and I don't typically decorate with tinsel much anymore, but I just can't get rid of it because it's that full-on like 90s special kind of Christmas feeling, isn't it, tinsel? So I might find somewhere to put it. I think I'm more just holding on to like the really classic 90s decorations for my future kids, because when I was little we had the downstairs decorations, which is very much like my mum's domain, and she would let us put ornaments on the tree, but in a very carefully guided, ooh, why don't you put it on this branch? And it was, I'm pretty sure she would have also been one of those mums that rearranged them when we went to sleep to have like the perfectly curated tree, and it was always beautiful. But what she did let us do was in our bedrooms just go nuts. We had like a day where we decorated our own bedrooms just however we wanted, and I think this is where it started for me, of just making it look like Christmas is thrown up on the house or on the room. Because when I was a little kid and I just got free reign, all the fairy lights, like fairy lights strung all over the ceiling, just dangled on everything, never put a big light on for the whole month of December because everything was lit up with fairy lights, and they were the magic coloured ones of the 90s, and like tinsel wrapped around every single thing that it could hang on to. There was like foily like ceiling banners, you know what I mean? I don't know what they're called, but the things that you would hang from the ceiling, those big foil ones, like I'm talking like multiple in every direction. It was the most magical Christmas grotto that we ever existed, and we were just allowed to do whatever we wanted in our rooms. And I think that's why I'm hanging on to a lot of my like 90s childhood decorations, so that my future kids can have that magic experience in their rooms and just turn them into little tacky Christmas grottos and just have that magic. Okay, this is one of my most precious, cherished, favourite ornaments ever. Again, this was a thing from my childhood that was always out, this beautiful tree with the little teddy bears all over it, and I would look at it and love it every single year. It was one of my mum's ornaments, and she moved out of the country a few years ago, and so this has been left with me, and she gave this to me, and I treasure it so much. It's one of my absolute favourite, not only just Christmas belongings, but like one of my absolute favourite belongings ever. I'm so excited to put this one out. There's some of these, like this one was gifted to me by my grandmother in 2018. It's actually a Pandora one because she got me a lovely necklace and earring set as well, and then this little Christmas bauble came with it, and it's beautiful, always takes pride of place on the tree. I also have things like this. We as kids were allowed to pick a new bauble every year, and this was one of my picks from my very early childhood, and I've always loved it. Just a little festive train. I love putting this one on the tree. Okay, so these stockings are, we've had these since before I can remember, and I love them so much. We our Christmases, we'd have these stockings, me and my brother, my parents would hang them on our bedroom doors on Christmas Eve, and then fill these with our stocking presents. And we would always wake up super early on Christmas, and our like bedroom doors were sort of like at a right angle to each other. So we'd wake up super early, like sneak to the door, like peek in the other one's room and see if they're awake. And we always were both awake so early, and we'd grab these stockings, run into our parents' room, like jump on the bed in our pajamas, stockings in hand, like ready to go. My poor dad would be like stumble out to get a coffee, like trying to wake themselves up. And we'd all sit in my parents' room on their bed in our pajamas and do the stocking presents before breakfast, and it was just magical. Then we'd get up and get dressed for the day. My grandparents would come over and we'd do our main presents downstairs all together. We were one of those families where you do presents one at a time, and we'll sit and watch someone open the present and ooh and ah at it, which I like because I think I like gifting the presents more than receiving them, and I love watching people open what I've bought for them as well, and also just seeing everyone else's presents. So we would do that. I think my mum did that because she wanted to be able to write down who got what from who, so we could do thank you letters. So we paste it, and my dad was the present giver out it. No, it was just magical. And these, I love them so much. They're so nostalgic for me. So these will be my stockings going forwards. Oh my goodness. Last year I made some salt dough ornaments, and I sort of ran out of time. I made them in the break between Christmas and New Year's, and I didn't think about putting any varnish or anything on them. So I just packed them away in this little tin and hoped that they would keep well enough for this year. I think they have. I made some little candy canes. I did try and poke little holes in them so that maybe I could hang these up. But yeah, I made some little candy canes, and then I also did I've still got some of her hairs on it. I made a little impression of Sika's foot. I think I did 2 of those just in case. I did that one, and then this one. Super cute. I did a little gingerbread man. And oh, this one turned out well, didn't it? I did a little Christmas tree. Very, very cute. Oh, I'm so glad those have kept. And then also in the bottom of this tin, oh my gosh, I'm not going to show you because some of these are a little bit personal, but I think it might have been the first or the second Christmas me and Luke spent together. He got me, on all the presents that he did, he put the little tags on them with the cutest little notes on each one. But I've kept them all because I just thought that was the most adorable thing ever. And again, I don't really do anything with them. I just love reading them all again every year when I get my decorations out and looking at them. So they were in the bottom of that tin. Right, now I'm going to commence with project turn the house into a Christmas wonderland. I'm going to listen to some Christmas music, put my Christmas playlist on while I decorate because it's mid-morning and I have not listened to any Christmas songs yet. And I'm dying to put them on and start decorating.
Like something straight out of a Christmas movie, as I was dancing around the living room decorating my tree, the first snowfall of the year was fluttering down outside my window. By the time I had finished, a A thick layer of snow had blanketed the world around me, making everything quiet and soft and glittering. We threw on our wellies and big coats and ran out the door, giggling as we ran around making the first footprints in the snow.
So exciting. Oh wow. Oh wow. You excited in the snow? Wow. It's so pretty.
Sometime later, eyes sparkling and noses rosy, we headed back home to warm up with a hot chocolate and finish decorating.
Oh, come.